actually, this is as real as it gets.
The number you have reached, 911, has been changed to a non-published number.
You're listening to UCW Radio. In your face.
Welcome to the UCW Radio Show. I'm your host, Louis Velazquez, and before we bring on our guest today, I want to talk about reality TV. I remember way back when MTV first hit the scene, it was all about music videos, that type of thing, the Michael Jacksons, the Madonnas, so on and so forth. But over the past few years, the music slowly left the scene, and MTV, which stands for Music Television, got rid of those words from their logo, the website, everything else, because they're pretty much a reality show-driven medium at this point. You know, their competition is not the VH1s or Fuse or anything like that. Their competition is actually the MySpace, the Facebooks, the YouTubes, that type of thing. It's basically social media. Now, this holds true for other networks as well, such as Bravo, who used to have that artsy-fartsy type of programming, and now it's all about shows like Real Housewives, Millionaire Matchmaker, Hell on Earth, Top Chef, and the list goes on and on. Basically, they're dominating a lot of that space with their reach, and they're finally getting things moving along by learning how to monetize the properties, which in itself is interesting. Now, MTV, they dropped the ball, you know, on that note with monetizing a reality show. They dropped the ball with the Jersey Shore. You know, who would have thought that a show about a bunch of Guidos would be a big hit? But the reality is that outside of New York and New Jersey, that type of persona actually intrigues people for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it does. But to me, it's just another bunch of knuckleheads bouncing around the Jersey Shore. And but these guys, they got lucky. And when I mean lucky, they got really lucky because they're free to do what they want. And I'm not talking about the show. I'm talking about after the show. I'm talking about merchandising, appearances, etc. They're trying to make as much money as possible, and MTV gets not one penny of whatever they make. So anyway, that's a lesson learned for MTV, because I'm sure that that's something that they're not going to let happen ever again. Anyhow, the show is going into season 2, and it's supposed to be in Miami. So in short, they took a great idea. Well, an idea, it wasn't a great idea, it was just an idea that actually worked. And they figured out a way to screw it up. Way to go, MTV. So for those people that are actually around the cast of Jersey Shore, I mean the family, friends, and whatever business partners they have that stepped up to help them cash in now, I have to give a big thumbs up to those guys, because, you know, this is like a flash in the pan situation, and of course they're going to go and capitalize on this as much as they can. I don't blame them. In my opinion, season 2 is supposed to be taking place in Miami. Look, Miami, going to Miami doesn't make too much sense. Miami/South Beach is not the Jersey Shore. It's far from it. You have different people, different environment, the whole 9 yards. I've been to both a number of times, and trust me, you have different people across the board. So I think it'll initially be interesting, but I think it'll fizzle out after that. Anyhow, moving on, you know, Bravo is actually casting for some new shows, or some current shows, and you can go to bravotv.com to find out more on how to apply. Now, talking about, just continue the conversation with reality TV shows. You have 2 shows that are casting right now. You have The Ultimate Body, which is still casting for season 1. I believe that they're looking to get on a bigger network, so it's going to take more time. But honestly, when it does happen, I believe it's going to be a big hit. So those bodybuilding types that have the opportunity to sign up for what is lined up to be, in my opinion, a big hit in 2011, they should take that opportunity, go to theultimatebodytvshow.com and find out how to do it. We have Weapon, which is casting women between the ages of 18 and 40. And these women, they're going to compete to be the next big thing in Hollywood, from acting and modeling and everything. You know, it's not just a show about going over there and looking pretty. You have to do things. It's about being the total package: acting, modeling, fitness, martial arts, action, film fighting, and much more. Even filmmaking, photography, things of that nature. So they're going to be well-rounded entertainers when it's all said and done. For more information, go to weapontheseries.com to get the scoop. That's weapontheseries.com. And now, since we're talking about Weapon, let's listen to one of the songs attached to the project. It's called I Can't Be Trusted. So let's take a listen.
I can't be trusted. It's true what they say. I can't be trusted, so I'm just gonna go ahead and be frank. Hang up the phone now. Go ahead and run away. 'Cause I can't be trusted, not even on my best day. And it is all my fault. We want two different lives. It is all my fault. I should have gone ahead and lived a life. And you're just a victim. Oh, I did this to you. And it is all my fault. I deserve to hurt too. I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I'm just the bad guy. You're just too good. Oh, I'm just the bad guy. Oh, I never understood what it was that you gave me and all the things you would if you could. 'Cause I'm just the bad guy. Oh, and you're just too good. Oh, I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I can't be trusted. No, no, no. I can't be trusted. No, no. Used to wanna work it out. You think you got me figured out. Wanna be with me throughout all time. How soon we forget. I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I can't be trusted. No, no. I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I can't be trusted. No, 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 no. I can't be trusted.
The odds of becoming a signed artist and having 3 #1 albums? 1 in 100 million. The odds of going on to win 6 Grammy Awards? 1 in 1.4 million. And the odds of this performer having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 150. I'm Toni Braxton, and I encourage you to learn the signs of autism at autismspeaks.org. Autism Speaks. It's time to listen.
Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
So with 14 women, they're not only hot, but they can kick your butt. You're going to tell me a show like Weapon's not going to get some attention? It's going to get a lot of attention. But the big question is, after listening to that song, can they really be trusted? I guess we'll have to see as the show progresses. Now, moving on, we have a special guest on hold. She is competitive fitness model champion, Michelle DeMaria. She's from Canada. She brings beauty, brains, and class to the game. So without further ado, here is the beautiful Michelle DeMaria. All right, we're here with Michelle DeMaria. She's a competitive fitness champion. Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
It's our pleasure to have you on here, Miss Canada. So how's it in Canada? It's cold over there now, isn't it?
It is cold, but honestly, it has been much colder in the past, and this is actually a very mild winter for us. So I'm okay with it. I'm not going to complain. I'm going to let nature take its course and hopefully keep it up for the next couple of months.
Well, there you go. But you have the Olympics over there, so at least you guys have something to do.
Yeah, that's right. Something to watch. That's all, because I'm not heading up to Vancouver anytime soon. There it's cold.
Yeah, there it's cold. I mean, shoot, I was watching something on TV. I just flicked the channels, and the Olympics came on. I saw Canada was beating, I think, Sweden or something, 7-0 in the third quarter. I said, okay. And that's hockey. I thought it was a baseball game.
Yeah, that's our sport.
Yeah,
well, I like to think.
You think? You have that and ice skating. What else do you have?
That's right.
Bobsledding? I don't know. But anyway, so we're talking about the Olympics. Actually, we have you on the show to talk about you. Michelle, tell us about what you do. I know you're a fitness competitor, so maybe you can give us some enlightenment to what that is.
Okay, well, I started competing, I would say about 2-3 years ago, and it was just kind of like a goal I had set in mind. I'd always, I figure skated all my life and been a dancer all my life, so I just thought, it was time for me to step back on stage some way, and I knew it wasn't going to be through dance again or skating. So I thought, I'm just going to, train and set myself up, and I hired myself a trainer, and in 12 weeks, I stepped on stage. My very first show was in Canada, here in Toronto. It was called the UFE show, and it was in the fitness model category. So I just thought, let's just give it a shot and see what happens. And sure enough, my very first show on stage, I was lucky enough and fortunate enough that I beat out 28 other beautiful women and won my very first show. So it was kind of like a whirlwind after that. I did 2 shows, 2 weekends after that, back to back, and I placed second at both those shows. And then it became an addiction. To be honest, I got addicted, Lou.
Yeah, I can see that happening because you're feeling good. You get into the best shape of your life, and it's more of it's not just working out, it's nutrition and everything else.
Yeah, there's so much to it, and just to see the way your body can transform is such an amazing, feat in itself. And just to see that you can reach that goal, that you set yourself up for a goal that you actually see the results in the end, and it's really rewarding. And I mean, especially, after having a child, to see your body get into the shape. I mean, to me, it was definitely the best shape of my entire life after having a child, and to be able to do that was definitely rewarding and nice to see too.
Well, for you, I know the inspiration is winning the competition and moving forward. You're competing against a whole slew of beautiful women. They're in shape, but you just mentioned that you being a mommy and you have a beautiful little daughter that is actually hanging around you right now. I know that. And she's probably looking at you intently, but that has to be the added inspiration for you.
Definitely. That is definitely what motivated me and what kept me going. It was just a time in my life where I felt I needed to be stronger, not only mentally, but, physically. I had to get myself back on my own 2 feet, being a single mom and getting myself ahead and moving forward. And that's exactly what I wanted to show her is, how to be strong in so many different ways in life. And that was just, an actual visual goal that I could set. And she was with me through it all, going to the gym with me, training at home with me. I would even have her, next to me trying to do abs and sit-ups and push-ups. And she would ride her little bike beside my treadmill. And definitely, she was my little mini coach. And she's what kept me going. And she was there at all the competitions cheering me on. And there's no better feeling in the world than that.
Oh, I mean, I think that's fantastic. And I need to tell you something, Michelle. You know, you just said you're a single mom. I'm telling you, the ears of probably, I don't know, thousands and tens of thousands of guys just went up. They're like, "Hey, Michelle, how you doing?" You know, but seriously, you know, your daughter is definitely. I can see that being your inspiration. How does she feel about you? You know, being involved in fitness and competing and training all the time. How does she feel about that?
She absolutely loves it. She is, I mean, she's a little dancer herself, so she knows the whole thing about fitness. And if you see the way my daughter eats, I mean, she's the type of child that, you know, believe it or not, she doesn't care for McDonald's and those types of food. She eats almost like she's on diet mode with me all the time. And she's just really healthy and, you know, health conscious, and she loves it. She loves seeing that I go to the gym, and she is so active herself that to keep up with her, I need to keep myself fit and healthy. So it kind of helps. It goes hand in hand, that's for sure. And she's my little training partner all the way.
Do you mind if I ask what her name is?
Of course not. It's Tatiana.
Tatiana?
Tatiana.
Tatiana or Katiana?
Tatiana with T's.
With a T, Tatiana.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a pretty name.
Yeah, it was my favorite name growing up as a child. So I thought, nothing better to name my own child. It's like having a little me around with the name I've always wanted.
Ah, so you give it to her. Now she can't.
That's right.
She can't shake it for the rest of her life. That's it. Unless she changes the name, if she gets a nickname or something. But that's a pretty name, though.
It is. She loves it. She loves saying it.
But Michelle, let me ask you a question. You know, just so our listeners can get a better idea. You know, because we have pro bodybuilders on the show, bodybuilding legends we've had on the show like Rich Gaspari. We've had the natural Miss Olympia, John Hansen. He's been on the show, and even Marcia Prince. She's a bikini pro. Mm-hmm. She's a Gaspari spokesmodel, and she's been on the show. And basically, bodybuilding and bikini is different than fitness. So, can you explain to us what fitness competition is?
Now, I'm not sure if you're asking about the fitness, like the more gymnastic style. That's not the kind of fitness competition that I do. I do fitness model, which is kind of like bikini model, but you need to have the look of more of a fitness model. So it has to be a little bit more apparent, the muscle tone and the definition that you actually, you're working out and you're working hard to get the body that you have. Not to slash the bikini models. I mean, they all look fabulous, of course, but we're just looking for just that little bit extra. So it's kind of the in-between. It's not quite bikini, just beach body, but it's also not bodybuilder or figure body where you're, to a bigger extreme. It's kind of like that in-between look. So we have 2 rounds that we do. We do like a costume, like an outfit type deal. Now my daughter's been obviously the one that chooses my costumes all along. So I've been anywhere from Pocahontas to Princess Jasmine. And my latest one was a boxer, so I had a little boxing outfit. And then we do the traditional 2-piece swimsuit. So it's kind of just, walk the runway type thing and show off your body. So, I mean, I would love to do the fitness and the whole, but I'm definitely no gymnast or acro type
right.
style.
You don't want to start
so
bouncing
for me,
around
the hard work
that.
is in the gym.
Yeah, you don't want to start bouncing around doing backflips. You can get hurt.
Yeah, no, I'm getting too old for that one, that's for sure.
Oh, you're not. You're getting too old. Are you kidding me? What are you kidding me? What did they say? What did Jay-Z said that 30's the new 20 or 40's the new 30 or something like that?
True. Yeah. We'll go with that, Lou. At least I'm feeling it. That's all that matters, right?
That's it. You set an example for everyone else out there. And
that's right.
I mean, your daughter, she actually, I guess your daughter actually kind of gauges everything for you. She lets you know whether you're slacking off or not.
She totally does. And she starts to count the abs as they come in. She'll be like, okay, Mommy, you've got 6. You're almost up to 8 again. So she keeps me in check, that's for sure.
Well, I think that's fantastic. I really do. But now you've been doing it for a couple of years. You competed. I'm sure that, this year you're going to be competing again. And we'll kind of get into that in a minute. Mm-hmm. But I think our listeners, when they hear about someone that's a fitness competitor, whether it be fitness model or bodybuilding, whatever it is, they see that. but there's always a story behind that, and I'm always looking for that inspirational story. So can you tell us more about you, the person, so our listeners can get more in line to who you are?
Definitely. If I can, just go back to my roots, I guess. Like I said, I don't know if I've mentioned yet, but my mother's Mexican and my father's Italian. So I've always been
you don't have a temper?
What's that?
And you don't have a temper?
Oh, I can. Don't get me wrong.
I know. Well, I'm not going to get you mad. I'll tell you that much.
That's for sure. See, that's what the gym is for. That's where all my frustration and my temper goes. Otherwise, I could be an extremely calm person.
Thank God for the gym.
That's right. That's right. So, I mean, obviously, growing up in two very, different yet similar cultures, languages has always been a part of my life, always. So, that's kind of how I got myself into teaching, and I coached figure skating. And I also, taught dance for many years. So I've just been surrounded with this whole, notion of my mother's a teacher and just teaching people and always wanting to inspire and motivate others has kind of been, my thing in life. I've always been doing that, as far as I can remember. So, for me to inspire others and to motivate others, especially now that I have a daughter and through teaching, because now being, a high school teacher and seeing that I can inspire my students and inspire young people and work with them and make them better people has always been a part of my life and a part of my life that I enjoy the most by far.
Well, I can definitely see that, but, you're a high school teacher.
Yeah.
The only thing, I'm laughing because the only thing that comes to mind, Michelle, because I know what you look like, and the listeners, anyone that's listening to this right now, our listeners know what you look like, no doubt about it. So I'm picturing you. This is like a video. I swear, it's a video, and it's come straight out of a Van Halen video.
Of course.
You got a bunch of teenage kids there. Oh my God. Anyway, so let's get back to the good things that you do. You just got my attention a little bit too much there because I was picturing that.
Of course, and believe me, my kids can picture it by picking up the magazines and looking on the internet, and all of them just love to Google the name and find my website. So, they all have fun with it. But like I said, if it gets their attention, I think in teaching that's kind of where you need to be, because anything that gets the kids' attention nowadays and keeps them interested, you're doing your job in teaching. That's for sure.
Well, you teach in high school, so you got probably a class. How many kids in your class?
Let's see. Most of them range from 24 to about 26 students.
Okay, so I'm sure that when your class is in session, you're probably 30 deep. You have to be. You have to be.
Let's just say I have really good class attendance records.
Yeah, I'm sure of it.
90% are boys.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm sure there's some of them, you have other teachers, male teachers in there that just sit in to say, okay, I want to make sure you're doing the right thing. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, I don't need anyone watching over me, trust me.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I can take care of my own.
Yeah, I know that. No, I wasn't saying that they were there to protect you. I'm just saying that they were just there.
Oh, just there. Well, it's funny you say that, Lou, because half of them are actually my old high school teachers, because I teach at my old high school that I grew up in, so...
Right. Oh, my God, so...
It can get a little awkward.
Yeah, well, we don't want to be reading about you in the paper or anything. Don't need any of that stuff. Don't want you on the news there, Michelle.
We want it on news for good and positive, that's all.
That's it, the good stuff. So,
that's right.
So you're teaching, high school kids, and you've been doing that for a little bit now, right?
Yeah, I have. I've been doing that for 10 years. So fitness was just kind of a thing that, I got onto kind of on the side. Like I had a really, I had a rough year. I had my grandmother pass away the one year and my uncle in the same year. And I just, I was kind of down and out and, becoming a single mom and coming out of a, divorce and all that. So I just thought it's time to, pick myself up and, like I said, make myself stronger, and that was my goal. like my anthem for that year, and I actually used that song was, good old Kanye, what doesn't kill you can only make you stronger. And that's exactly what I went with. And like I said, I just hired a personal trainer. I said, I got 12 weeks, let's do this. I was coming over, kind of a bit of a slump, and I thought, I can't do this. I'm not going to let my career and my daughter and everything else go in my life, so I need to focus on something, and that's exactly what I did. And I met a friend in the gym, and she was competing that year, and she was the one that got me going. And I had a lot of friends that were trainers that were like, you can do this, and they were pumping me up, and it's true, you can do it. Anything that you set your heart and mind and soul to, you can do it. And that's exactly what I wanted to achieve. That's all I wanted to achieve. It wasn't even the goal of going out and winning. It was just getting myself up on that stage and showing myself and my daughter and my family, that I could do this. And like I said, after that, it all becomes an addiction. After you see you can do it so many times over and over again, you're thinking, okay, now I can't stop.
No, now you can't stop. But you went through a lot of rough times. You said, and I'm sorry to hear about your grandma, your uncle, and so on and so forth. And you went through your divorce. So you hit a lot of adversity. Actually, was in front of you. But some people, and it's interesting how some people, they can sit and deal with that adversity and say, okay, you know what, I'm going to go eat 12 cakes and I'm going to go and give up.
Right.
And some people do that. It's so easy to give up.
Definitely. But I think when you have, strong forces and motivators in your life, definitely for me, my daughter is key. She's number one.
Tatiana.
Where's
Tatiana? Is she there with you right now?
She got pretty bored. It's like, Mommy, I've heard this a million times.
Oh, I wanted to get her on the show. I want to hear what she has to say.
Did?
Yeah, get her on the show. We want to get Tatiana on the show.
Oh, that's great. Just a minute.
Yeah, we're going to bring her on. We're going to bring on Tatiana. We want to hear what she has to say.
Mic check, 1, 2, big poser coming to you faking ever. Got no more games since I got with the juice. No cruising with my friends, they cut me loose. Now my coach is hating, parents keep berating. Good thing my team's still behind me saying, hey yo, what happened to my teammates, man? Yo, where y'all at, man? Come on, man, I thought we were family.
Don't be a poser. Hear more at don'tbeanasterisk.com. Brought to you by Ad Council and the U.S. Olympic Committee.
Hello?
Hi, Tatiana. How are you?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. You're speaking to a lot of people now. So I wanted to ask you something. How do you feel about your mommy competing in fitness modeling?
I'm so happy for her.
Yeah, you train with her, huh?
Yeah, whenever, she goes, working and stuff, I go with her.
Do you make sure that she does everything, right?
Yeah, and I say to her trainer, she's eating junk whenever she does.
Oh, you rat your mommy out?
Yeah.
That's great, but you make sure that she keeps in the best shape that she can be in, right?
Yes, I do.
Okay, and I hear that you do sit-ups with her as well.
Yes, I do. I love doing them.
Oh, my God. And I hear good things about you in dancing. Is that true that you're some fantastic dancer?
Yes, I do have a solo, and I do jazz, tap, hip-hop, ballet, and acro, and I've been dancing stuff too. So, yeah, it's very fun. My mom's like, I should get you in another sport next year. What do you want to do? And I'm like, dancing. Whoa.
Oh, that's all you want to do is dance, huh? That's fantastic. Well,
yeah, whenever I go to weddings, I'd love to dance.
Oh, wow. I hope to see you do your dancing. Hopefully, you'll get out there. You'll probably be on TV. You're probably going to be a big famous dancer. And I can say I spoke to Tatiana first. Ha-ha. How do you like that? All right, Tatiana. Let me speak to your mommy, and I want to wish you luck with your solo. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
You got it. Bye-bye.
It was nice talking to you.
Same here, Tatiana. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello.
She is such an adorable child, and I want all our listeners, and just so our listeners understand that she's only 6.
Yeah, I tell her all the time, she's 6 going on 20, but definitely, it's hard to believe sometimes, she's only 6.
Yeah, she ratted out her mommy to the trainer. Go figure.
She does do that. She does that. Like I told you, she is on top of me. When she knows Mommy's in training, she is watching every move. It's great.
I think that's fantastic. You're an adorable child there, and I was happy to have her on. Just have a segue with her on the show. Now, Michelle, let me ask you. Now, you're doing a high school thing. What as far as your professional career, where do you see yourself with that? Going forward, do you see yourself doing this, being a high school teacher? Or would you like to progress to college or doing something else?
It's something I've always thought about getting into administration. Eventually, I'm definitely the type of person that I don't want to see myself long term in a classroom if I'm not passionate about it, and if I still don't have that love and enthusiasm for the job and for the kids. I promised myself I would never be one of those teachers that is just there, for the money or for the vacation time. It's just not me. So I either have to be in it 100%. And when I feel that, my time has come, that I've had enough time in the classroom and I need to switch things up, I could definitely see myself getting into, some type of administration. Definitely, I would love to continue teaching, definitely if it's a profession that not everyone can have. And it's something that, I've worked really hard for and worked my way up for. So, I'd like to keep it there. Now, whether I take some time off and maybe try to do, more of the fitness thing on the side for a year or two, that's definitely always been an option too. But, teaching languages, I absolutely love it. And I think I can take that with me anywhere I go. My goal is to move away, try to branch off and move away somewhere in the near future. But I'm just not quite sure what the future holds with that just yet.
Right.
So we're holding on.
Well, I think that, wherever you go, whatever you do, Michelle, you have the skills, being a teacher. You also have your passion for fitness. And I think above all that stuff, you have a little person next to you that's driven.
That's right.
And it's amazing that a 6-year-old can be so driven because, I heard it in her voice. She was passionate about dancing.
Oh, yeah. Is she ever. Is she ever.
Well, I think that's fantastic. So now let's move forward. Now, let's get out of the classroom and let's go and talk about what you're doing this year in fitness.
Okay. So I always like to set my goals, to get myself ready for competing close to the summer. It always helps, especially living in Canada. You can always, hibernate and, let yourself go a little bit during the winter. But then, when the summer comes around, you need to be beach body ready. So it's always a great goal to think, okay, that's it. Summer's coming. It's time to get some shows going.
Yeah.
So we're ready for the summer, full out. So, we have most of our competition season starts up really soon. I believe sometime April is when most of our, Canadian nationals and all these types of competitions start up here. So I wouldn't mind, trying out some type. I know we have now a new bikini class that is starting to give out pro cards that way. So, I'm thinking if I try out one of those shows, that's definitely a personal goal I have. I also always have, really good, friends that are photographers and really great photographers that are always asking to shoot. So I know I need to get shoot ready as well. So the best way to get shoot ready is obviously to set myself up for a competition. Yeah. So I'm thinking, there's a couple here in Toronto. There are some really good shows out here. We have the WBFF, which is a Paul Dillette show, which is pretty big. I know he has one coming up in June in Montreal. So, that might be a goal.
Paul's a big boy.
Dillette?
Yeah.
Yes, he is. He is. And he's a great guy too. So he puts on some good shows. I'm also part of an organization called SAF, which is Serious About Fitness. And you can find me on their website, and they always have me, as a feature, and I write articles for them as well. And my first competition with them.
You write articles as well?
Yes, I do.
Look at you, journalist.
That's just all part of the teaching job, that's all.
But I think that's great. See, you're doing one thing as your career, but now in fitness you can actually branch off to so many different things because that whole sport, the fitness, and I just compile everything, bodybuilding, everything, fitness, actually a lot of doors have opened up over the years.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I mean, to me, like I said, it's all kind of, it ties in, whether it's teaching my students and motivating them or teaching other people through, health and fitness and motivating them. To me, it's all kind of one and the same, and you're educating people either way. And, you're teaching them about life and lifestyles. And, to me, really, that's what it's all about, and that's what I enjoy doing. So, to me, it just kind of goes hand in hand. And whether I'm in the classroom or in the gym, I'm always willing to lend a helping hand and give advice and, help people out in their own training and their own lifestyles and motivate them to make a difference in their own lives as well. So, I mean, I think that's what keeps me going, definitely. And so, yeah, I was planning. My goal was I was going to do a June, I believe it was 26th, which is a SAF show here in Toronto because I'm part of their elite team. So what happens is my first competition, which was the weekend right after I'd won my first show, I placed second at the SAF competition, which was in Toronto as well. And that qualified me to... hello, can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. That qualified me to be a part of their elite team. So now we compete at the elite level, which is a little bit of a higher level, and it's a great organization because they pay the competitors to actually compete with them.
Oh, really?
And, and we get a lot of perks out of it. We get some great, through SAF, I've been in, plenty of magazines. Inside Fitness is a big magazine out here in Canada. It's our #1 fitness mag. And I've been, featured in there, and I've had, profiles and interviews, and I actually just made this year's top 100 fit women in Canada.
Wow.
So, yeah, that was something I was really proud of, and I'm proud to be a part of through them as well.
I think that's fantastic. Can I ask you a question, Michelle?
Sure.
Just because you're talking about magazines and everything, do you see yourself, or would you be opposed to doing like a Maxim type of magazine or something of that nature?
No, definitely. I mean, if it's tasteful and, obviously something that, I could say my daughter would be proud to see me, on the cover of a mag or in a magazine doing, then definitely I'm all for it, because to me that's all part of the inspiration, and, obviously it feels good to see yourself there too, and to be able to show the grandkids somewhere down the line, is a fantastic thing in itself. So, yeah, definitely. I've always been, the one that likes to be out there, and I'm definitely not shy when it comes to to people, and when it comes to, showing off your best attributes in whatever way that may be. I'm not going to say whatever way, because like I said, going back to tasteful and respectful is the name of my game for sure. But something that, I could say, people would be proud, and my parents would be proud to see me in, I would definitely do. And it's a goal. I would say, to set up my next goal fitness-wise, I would love to get, the cover of a fitness magazine for sure, or, something like Maxim would be great as well.
Yeah, well, I think that, your students, and I know they're listening to this show right now, okay, I'm sure that they're going to start throwing their votes in, because they're going to want to see you in Maxim.
Oh, yeah.
They'll have their textbooks in here, and there'll be Maxim right in there, boy. Oh, my God. But no,
like I said, we got to keep the focus.
Let's move forward. Let me ask you something. You have a lot of women out there, not only in Canada but worldwide, and they're looking to get into shape, and some of them have a problem starting. What advice would you give them to start getting into shape?
I mean, yeah, and I get this all the time. Just even being on Facebook and through the magazines and people that email you, and definitely that's the #1 question, with women. And it's funny, I always get the, I want to look like you, and I don't know how to do it. And there goes the dog. And I think, most people, they know how to do it. It's not that they don't know. It's like you said, the starting, and, where do I start? Well, you have to, realistically, you have to set goals. And that's exactly, what I did. I know that if I don't set a goal to compete, or if I don't set a goal, to say that by this time, this is the way I want to look, it's just not going to happen realistically. So that's why I do that. I set those goals, and I say, by this time, this is the goal, and this is the look I want to achieve. And, I'm going to get there, because I give myself a period of time, and I think if I can restrain myself, and if I can, set myself up with these goals for this period of time, that's nothing. It's a small part of my life that I know I can work hard and I can achieve a realistic goal.
Right, right.
So, I mean, to me, it's all about, the goal setting.
Yeah, but I always think that, once you do anything, whether you're riding a bike, driving a car, when you learn how to actually begin to do it, no matter how scary it is, once you learn, then it's like it becomes easier.
Exactly. Once you see you can do it, it becomes so much easier. You know you can get there.
But so many people, they want it, and they want it. They don't want to be out of shape. They don't want to feel lousy. They don't want to have diabetes. They don't want to have all these problems. But for them, it's always that starting point.
That's right.
Some people, and I hear it myself, that some people are really overweight. They want to get into shape, but they're embarrassed to go to the gym. But at the same time, if they bought equipment for their home, that'll be what's going to be that's going to be their clothing rack to hang up clothes and dry them.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I totally believe in getting yourself out there. I also believe in, what I do is I let everybody know. I let everybody know this is what I'm going to do, because then you have people to be accountable to. So if you are slacking and you're not doing what you said you were going to do, hopefully those people, if they love you and they want to be there for you, they'll be on you. Like, what's happening? I thought you said you were going to go to the gym. I thought you said, you need to be accountable for your actions. So unless you get the word out there and you put it out there, it's not going to happen. It's kind of like leaving out there to the stars. You have to put it out there for people to know. So when I say, I'm going to do a competition, I make sure the world knows I'm going to compete, because in this way I'm accountable for my words.
Right.
I said I was going to do it. I expect people to be on me. When are you going to do this?
There's no turning back. And there's no turning back at that point.
That's right. That's my own personal way of making sure I get the job done too.
I think that's a good way of doing it, because when you sit and you put yourself out there like that, it's either you're going to be embarrassed or you're actually going to do it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And if people care about you, they will be on you, and they will make sure that you're doing it. And again, in your case, all you need to do is tell little Tatiana, and she will be on you like white on rice.
Trust me, and she knows. She'll ask me, Mommy, are you dieting? Is this diet time? Is it diet season? Are you getting ready for a show? So she knows. Once I say yes, it's full force.
That is fantastic.
She is on me like a hawk.
That is fantastic. Now, Michelle, do you have a website that people can actually go to find out more about you and stuff?
Yeah, I do. I have a website, and it's mainly a kind of like it's all full of photos, and it shows some competitions that I've been involved in. He's a wonderful photographer out here in Toronto. It's Mr. Paul Busetta, and he's done a lot of the work for me, and he's done a lot of my pictures. So it's just kind of a showcase of some of the pictures I've done. I definitely want to, get some more pictures up there and get some more stuff on there. So that's something I'll be working on probably this summer, and get some new pictures up there too of some more recent competitions. But the website that people can check out is www.michelledemaria.com, and that's all one word, MICHELLEDEMARIA.
Oh, excellent. .com.
.com.
But I think that's great. So you kind of figure you're going to be competing early this year.
Yes, and I have a sponsor right now. It's a Canadian company that's just growing. They're called Cygen, and they're sponsoring me. So what they'll do is they'll give me my supplements and my proteins and everything that I need for the month, and I'll work booths for them. I've done some booths, locally here in the area, and I have to get ready for photo shoots with them too for their advertising for the magazines real soon. So another reason why I need to get photo shoot ready. And so I'm looking at them, and hopefully, they'll be sponsoring all my competitions this summer too. So
they're going to be sponsoring. Well, let's talk about Cygen for a little bit. Since they're going to be sponsoring you, I'll give them that time right now, because they're taking care of you, Michelle.
Okay.
And I don't want Tatiana to get upset with me, because I wouldn't like that too much.
That's right.
So let's talk about Cygen. They're a supplement company, right?
Yeah, they're a supplement company. They're just Canadian-based right now, and probably looking to branch out in the near future. But, they have a whole line of proteins, and and different supplements that, for people to take down here. And, I just kind of started working with them. I just got signed on in August. And right now it's only a 1-year contract, so we're going to see how that goes. And, yeah, I mean,
1 year?
Hopefully they take off.
1 year, they should have signed you up for longer than that because they don't understand that you're going to be big.
I hope so. I hope they understand. But if not, then hopefully for other sponsors looking out there, then, the word can be out there too. I've also done work with bodybuilding.com, so they've flown me out to Ohio. Last year I was working at the Arnold Classic.
Are you going this year?
I'm not sure yet. They haven't asked me back. So, I mean, if there's work for me, I would definitely fly out for the weekend. But if not, then most likely not. But I did work the booth with them, and I had a blast. And I've worked the Olympia weekend with bodybuilding.com as well. So they've been really great in getting me out there and getting me booth work, with the girls in the booths. So that's been a lot of fun.
Well, you know what? If SciGen is smart, they'll definitely kind of try to lock in for a little bit longer, because who knows? You may have like a supplement company, I don't know, like a Gaspari Nutrition that may come to you. Who knows?
That's right. That's right.
Watch out, SciGen. Watch out.
That is the goal.
Yeah.
It's all about competition, right, Lou? So whatever's
whoever's
going to compete and fight for it, I'm all for it.
Whatever's going to make it better for you, that's what matters. And
that's right.
No doubt about it, you're a good representation. You would be a good representation of any brand.
Thank you.
The way you carry yourself, your family values, and so on and so forth. I think that any brand would be honored and be lucky to have you as one of their spokespeople.
Oh, that's fantastic. Thank you. Thanks for putting that plug out there.
But it's the truth. It's the truth. Because you have too much nonsense going on in the world, and when you are trying to brand something, I don't care what it is, and you're trying to, attract a certain clientele, it's good to have someone that's not going to embarrass you.
That's right. That's right. I mean, looks aren't everything, right? They could stand pretty in the picture, but what happens when you need them to speak for the company, which is really what it should be all about.
Yeah. What was I watching? And I'm just going off the topic. And yes, I am going to give them a plug. TMZ. I was watching it. They're funny. But I was watching it, and it's interesting because they break certain stories. There was the Sports Illustrated models.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the issue came out, and all these women are on there, which I'm shocked that you're not in there. But anyway, so you have them out there doing their thing, but they caught them at a club, and every one of those models, they were all smoking.
Oh.
Yeah. And they had them on video. They were all smoking, but they're supposed to have that image.
Right. Yeah, that's something that people don't realize, It's definitely, like I said, more than the pretty picture. There's got to be more to it. You have to kind of, live, and practice what you preach. And it's, the same thing with teaching in schools with my students. Like, how can I, preach to them about better living and lifestyles when I can't even do the same for myself? So that's exactly what I try to do, is live out exactly what I'm trying to inspire and motivate others to do, and live it myself. To be that prime example.
Well, you talk the talk, you walk the walk, and you're practicing what you preach.
Exactly.
That's exactly what it comes down to. Michelle, I'm going to say it was a big pleasure having you on the show. I think that now we know a little bit more about you. And honestly, I wish I was 16 again. Okay, so I can go to your school. My God, but I'm sure your students love you there, and I'm sure they have respect for you, because you're not only a hot teacher, you're also an educator that actually knows what they're doing. And I think molding the minds of these kids is an important thing, no doubt about it.
By far, that's number one, Lou. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. And if we can do one last thing,
mm-hmm.
if your daughter's around, that would be fantastic.
Okay, you want me to call her down?
Yeah, call her down, because
okay.
she's going to close out this show for us today.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, she's going to close out this show.
Just 1 minute, Lou.
Yeah, no problem. It's always good, for all our listeners, it's always good to have the kids involved in some way. And this 6-year-old is adorable. And she's going to close out the UCW radio show today.
Okay, so I guess I'll sign off and hand it over to Tatiana.
Yes, Michelle. It was great having you on the show.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
And
it
you know
really
what?
was, and thanks for the opportunity. I really appreciate it.
You got it. And we're going to have you back on at some point, as you're building up to go do your show.
Perfect. I would love that.
Maybe you can come on and just talk about what you're doing and give some tips. Maybe give some fitness tips as you're moving along.
Of course. It would be my pleasure. I'd be honored. Thanks again, and I'll pass you off to Tatiana here, Louis.
Thank you, Michelle.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Tatiana, you want to do me a big, big favor?
Sure.
You're going to say you've been listening to the UCW radio show with my mama, Michelle DeMaria.
Okay.
Go ahead, say it.
I've been listening to the UCW
radio show
with my mother, Michelle. This is Tatiana.
And Tatiana's signing off. Tatiana, thank you so much, sweetie. And good luck with your solo, okay?
Thank you so much.
You got it. And you've been listening to the UCW radio show. We'll be back with you with our next segment.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
What is your major malfunction?
So let it be written. So let it be done.
Ladies and gentlemen, my mother thanks you, my father thanks you, my sister thanks you, and I thank you.